What's going on, Empire? It's your boy Niner Sickness coming to you live with the N.W.A podcast here on this wonderful Friday, getting ready for divisional weekend. I got my boy, the Boston Hater, and E-Man. What's up, Boston Hater?
It's all good, man. Looking forward to wilder wild card weekend because it's not wild and it's just wild. They don't even have the division winners are playing, but it's gonna be probably more interesting than last week because last week really there was only one good matchup, and it turned into two because the Rams in Seattle really wasn't that competitive. It should have been better, but they pretty much handled Seattle. Man, I'm just looking forward to some good matchups, and it looks like we've got at least three of them this weekend.
Yes, we do. Starting with tomorrow's first game tomorrow is going to be really good. I can't wait. Let's see here. Why is this popping up like this? Hold on, guys. There we go. All right. What's up, Tom? What's up, Kathy? What's up, Don? How you doing? Dina, Harvey, how you doing? Welcome, Kathy. Everybody, welcome. What's up, Mr. E-Man? How you doing, sir? You ready for the weekend?
Yeah. I'm just glad it started on Friday. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're managing, bro. Getting ready for the weekend to watch some games. So without any further ado, man, let's before we get started, do me a favor, everyone. Please hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. But it's very important, hit that like button. We appreciate that. So Robert Saleh is out of the building. He's no longer a San Francisco 49er. He is now the head coach of the New York Jets. Along with him, he took LaFleur as his offensive coordinator. And we have to wait and see who else he takes with him and which free agents may follow him. And that we'll discuss tonight. So I'll start with Nate, because I was his favorite defensive coordinator. What's your thoughts on him leaving to New York?
Bye-bye.
And now we move on to Eric. What's your thoughts? Freaking Nate.
Hey, I wish him the best, but time to move on to better things. The next man up, DeMeco Ryan. It's your turn. You hopefully I see a lot of greatness as far as potential there. I think he's gonna fit in just nicely. I think he's coached up our linebackers great, minus the one that stayed hurt all the time, which he's gone. So
and he's hurt over there too.
And he's hurt over there too. They're talking about cutting him already.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be quite expensive. Yeah, that would be a bad move on their part, but they already have cap issues. They're not saving anything by cutting him. That's whatever. That's not our problem.
Exactly.
But I did see something earlier. It elaborated on D Ford. Said that his status is uncertain for 2021. Said that if we cut him by after June, that the dead cap hit is not as much. Wanted to get your thoughts on that. I mean, as far as, because I know you know a little bit more about the cap issues and how it works with D Ford.
Actually, you're probably saving somewhere near $4 million if you cut him after June 1. So, yeah, but it's still a nice little hit either way. I would actually hope our best thing is if he was noticing that these injuries were just too much for him and opted to retire, that would be the best thing for us. I don't know if that's going to take place, but if he's having issues to where he's up in the air for 2021, I mean, that's the best thing for the team that he can do. But, and also at the end of the day, he's got to do what's best for himself, which is probably to stay on the team, be injured, and get paid. That's probably what would be best for him. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm hoping that whatever they decide, it's financially beneficial to us as an organization. I have a feeling they're going to make a mistake with that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think, given our track record with what we've done with free agents and coveted them, I think that well, in his case, it was a trade, so we're obviously wanting to benefit the most here. He has no trade value as far as it goes. So finding a potential suitor for him is going to be it's impossible. But I mean, that would kind of. I mean, we've seen the kind of hole it kind of created, especially when Bosa went down on our defense. So, got to start to wonder, if that's an issue, if that's something we have to address this offseason or not.
Yeah, we may have to address it. I'm not sure. And Tom, yes, the LaFleur thing is official. So
yeah, he is definitely going with Robert Saleh. Both of those are out of the building. Any other coaches, we'll still have to wait and see. But most definitely with LaFleur following Robert Saleh, his offensive coordinator. And they're going to be running that West Coast offense over there. I've been hearing a lot of Jets fans being happy about keeping Sam Darnold in that system.
West Coast offense.
You just said two bad words in one sentence. You said Sam Darnold and West Coast.
Hey, I'm just. Hey, these guys are fired up. I mean, these guys, the Jets fans.
Well, wait a minute. Are they really going to keep Sam Darnold? They got the number 2 pick in the draft, right?
Yeah, they can get Wilson or Fields.
Yeah, so
they don't have to draft a quarterback though. They have.
Who?
They have quite a bit. They got salary cap space.
Yeah, 70 million.
And
they got
that going to do for them.
Yeah, well, they got 2 picks in the first round. Remember, they got Seattle's pick.
Here's the thing, though. It's kind of like our situation when we were a less desired team to go play for. I would almost want to not play football than to play for the New York Jets as of late.
I don't know. I think if you're a football and you want to get into the pros, and that has been your dream since Pee Wee, that might not be your first choice, but if you're given the opportunity to be part of the NFL, most players are going to take it unless you're Eli Manning.
I'm going to opt out.
Just Eli. Like he's the only one that ever did that, huh?
Oh, he's the only one. That's what I remember. It's quite a few.
N.W.A. definitely.
Oh, that's right, Elway.
Bo Jackson.
But they came into the NFL. They didn't stay out of the NFL.
Was not playing in Tampa.
Well, they screwed him over.
Yeah,
which he has every right. So, no, I think the Jets are going to go defense.
I can't see why they wouldn't go quarterback. Because the bottom line is this: if you have an opportunity to get a franchise quarterback, I could tell you right now, if you were looking at somebody who's in the league now, who is considered a franchise quarterback, I mean, like probably your top 7 or 8 guys in the NFL, they would probably be worth every first round pick that the Shanahan Lynch group has ever made. It would be worth getting rid of every last one of them for one of those guys. So why, if you think as the Jets that you have an opportunity to draft somebody you might see as your franchise quarterback, it would be foolish not to draft him because you're at number 2, and number 2 is one pick It's minimal draft capital when you think about it. If you really believe that that's your guy, you have to go get him. You can't leave that out there. I mean, think about when you have a quarterback that's that shows his worth in the NFL. Look at how much if he goes from one team to another and he's traded, look at how much in draft capital you have to give up. 3, 4 first round picks, couple of players. It's insane. So, and all these people talking that craziness about, oh, I'd give up 2 draft picks, 2 first round draft picks and Jimmy for Deshaun Watson. Heck no, that's not going to happen. He's worth more than that.
Yeah, you got to give at least 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s.
No, you're going to give up more than 2 number 1s. You're going to give up at least a third, if not a fourth.
Well, I would be willing to give up 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s for him.
Yeah, and guess what? You'll never get him. Here's the problem. You're going to give up 2 number 1s, but here you go. Miami. Let's just say, for argument's sake, Miami comes into play. Where's Miami? Number 3 overall? If you want to think about draft capital, number 3 is worth 2 of your number 12s by itself. So you're only going to give up 2? I'll take Miami's 1 number 3 before I take yours, because I know I can parlay that into a couple of.
Are you talking about moving up?
No, I'm talking about you would have to give up more than 2 number 1s. There's no way you're going to get away with giving up 2 number 1s for a player of his caliber. So
that and our number 1 thing would be worth
it's ridiculous. You're not. If you give up 2 number 1s, you're going to give up Bosa. There you go. Now you got 3. Yeah, you're not getting out of it with 2 number 1s. There's no way.
So sending them 4 draft picks wouldn't get them 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s.
No. You said 2 4 draft picks. You can send them 3 number 1s and maybe a number 2. You're giving up 3 1s minimum.
Wow.
Count on that. Come on, let's think about it. Do you really think that a guy like Lermy Tunsil, who got 2 number 1s, or Khalil Mack is worth what Deshaun Watson is worth to a team? These guys, good pass rushers, I take nothing from them. But do you really, Lermy Tunsil is a tackle, but not a great one. Decent. But do you really think that if those guys could pull 2 number 1s, that Deshaun Watson, who could probably, just think about Deshaun Watson on this year's team. 16 games of Deshaun Watson on the 2020 Niners. Instead of 4-12, they're probably 12-4.
Yeah.
That's how much he moves the needle. Is he worth more than 2 number 1s? Absolutely. And there's no way they're going to come off of it. There's only one way that he goes cheap like that.
If he complains and wants to get out of there.
But here's the thing. He's got the hammer. Even if he wants to get out of there, it's like, oh, I'm not going there. Oh, I'm not going there. He's got a no trade clause.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, yeah, but he's still not going to go that cheap. It's just to me, when you talk about player value, that's just not even close.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what would really bum out the Texans if he just upped and retired? That would really just.
He's not.
You won't trade me to this.
No, because even if he comes back to play, he's still under contract with him. So it's not. It doesn't.
Did you see that contract he signed?
They don't bind the contract just because you retire.
Yeah, he's not going to retire. He's not giving up that money.
No, I'm just saying if he did, it doesn't bind the contract. You come back to play the following year. You're still going back to the Texans.
They
hold your right.
He would have to sit out 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. By then,
but
things change dramatically.
Nobody wants him anyway. He's probably not the same guy.
Yeah. So that's not in the cards. The whole idea of trading for him, giving up all these draft picks, is frustrating when we could have had him from day one and have the draft picks that we have today with the players we have today. But neither here or there. It is what it is. If they make a push for him, I like Deshaun Watson. I don't know about you, if you guys are sold out on this, but 2 number 1s and Nick Bosa would not be a bad idea. Honestly, if I'm being honest.
Oh, there's nothing to think about. It's done.
Thank
I'm
you.
not thinking about Nick Bosa. He can pack.
Mr. E-Man was shaking his head over there like he didn't agree with me.
Being on this team this year, maybe they get another win or so. Maybe.
I'd rather go with Deshaun. So Nick, Eric,
when
you're shaking your head over there.
It's so much. I mean, I know people are attached to Nick Bosa because he's an excellent player and he's on our team. He's our guy. But what you got to think about in the team, what is a defensive end? I don't care if he's, got 100 pressures a year, 20 sacks a year. Is he really going to move the needle above a top 5 quarterback in the league?
Nope.
It's not going to happen. Quarterbacks move the needle more than any position in football. And if you've got a guy like that, you're talking about just based on, like I said, the team we had all beat up this year probably wins at least 6-7 more games.
We would be in the playoffs today if he would have been on the team.
No doubt.
Look at Seattle. They have Russell Wilson who moves the needle. Their defensive line is not great, but yet they won the division. They lost the first game of the playoffs, but you're right. I love Bosa. I think he's a great pass rusher. He's disruptive, but if you have the opportunity to get a franchise quarterback of the caliber of Deshaun Watson, you got to take that opportunity and then go from there. In my opinion.
Yeah, and quite frankly, there's nobody on our roster that isn't available if you're talking about him. But you have to also know when to say stop, because you can only give up so much capital.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get crazy either. Get the whole farm.
If you're gonna do it, the best thing to do is don't destroy your drafts in the process. If your thing is you're going to give up 3 number ones, and let's say your quarterback decides he will go there, then you give up 3 ones in your quarterback, or maybe you give up a 1 and a 2. I mean, 2 ones and a 2, and Bosa. I mean, it's gonna cost a lot
if you're going to go that direction. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a fairy tale of trying to get him over here with not giving up that much. Real quick, Eric, I want to give you the opportunity to defend why we should not, or explain why we should not give up Bosa.
I mean, I think we're in a good position where we're at as far as with our defense. If we can get our secondary back and have a great pass rush, then we don't. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have Deshaun Watson, but I feel like we'd have to give up way too much, not just around Bosa, but the picks too. And I think that all these people are looking at taking quarterbacks in the first round, but there's actually a couple of good ones that are going to be later available in the draft. And truthfully, if Jimmy was healthy, I think we would have won more games.
But that's without a doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
But that's just the key. He's not healthy. He's missed 27 games since he's been here with us. That's a lot.
Yeah. And I think they rushed him back too.
He's been on the team for 57 games.
Yep.
And yes, he has missed 27 because he is 22-8 as our starter.
Yep. That's a lot.
So let me ask you this. Would you rather keep your draft picks, keep Nick Bosa, bring Jimmy back, and draft maybe like a Mac Jones in the second round? Which,
you know what? If you dangled the carrot in front of me and Deshaun was available for anything that I've mentioned so far, I would do it. Yeah. So
that's a water bottle.
That would probably be the case. I mean, there's no real thing. If your whole entire pass rush is predicated on whether or not Nick Bosa can create opportunities for Armstead and Kinlaw, You know, we had a we had a top 5 defense with the 29th ranked pass rush. I mean, we can
Yeah.
manufacture some pressure, which isn't much, and if we can solidify that back end, which we didn't have great talent on the back end, we were okay, and we had a lot of injuries. So, if we can make that part of our defense consistent, um, we will be good enough. And if we can really bring that offense up, which he would take that offense to, a level that we haven't seen yet. And that would be worth it. Um, doing it
Well,
the
with
other way, we kind of know where our ceiling is. Uh, as far as Garoppolo, unless he can improve, which we don't know because hell, he hasn't played that much.
Yeah.
And it's been spread out. I mean, he was consistent in 19, but in 2020, we got 6 games out of him, and there were parts of those. I think he only really played 3 full ones. Uh, and then you look back to another year where he played 3 games and only played 2 full ones. So I don't know if he's got any more, but he definitely doesn't reach the level of Deshaun Watson, even though I know people want to go back and look into history and they want to look at 2019 and say, oh, his numbers were comparable to Deshaun Watson's. Stop looking at numbers and watch the games. They're
Yeah.
not in any way comparable. Uh, numbers are the biggest liar in this game. The only numbers that really tell you the story is that scoreboard. The rest of that stuff you have to watch.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I
well,
we'll have to wait and see what happens with Deshaun. But Deshaun hasn't even declared that he wants to leave.
He said nothing. This is all totally speculation.
Correct.
Which
So
speculation is fine with me when the season's over. But
yeah. This is the time if you're going to speculate and talk about what possibilities of what could happen. It would be in the off season.
Yeah.
Not definitely
during the season. I'm quick. I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, this is the time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the whole Deshaun Watson saga. We're not the only ones that would be competing for him. There'll be other teams out there that need him. But moving forward, I want to get your thoughts on both of you on how much you guys know about DeMeco Ryan's and why do you guys think he'll be the best suited person to take over our defensive coordinator instead of bringing someone from the outside like Raheem Morris or Way Phillips. Just names out there. Why do you guys think that DeMeco Ryan's would be the greatest thing? Will be the best way to go, I should say. And we'll start with E-Man, and then we'll go with Boston Hater.
well, for one, he already knows how our personnel works and how our defense works. He knows the ins and outs of our system because he's been under it for at least the last couple of years. He has facilitated our linebacking crew. He has really that's where I think it really started for our defenses with our linebackers, with Fred Warner and then Greenlaw emerging in his place. So I think outside of just the motivation that the Saleh brought to that defense, the raw and pure energy, I think the brain behind that middle was DeMeco Ryan's with the linebacking crew. So we'll probably see a lot better adjustments for sure. As far as game planning, I'm not sure if anybody was as game prepared as Robert Saleh was with that defense.
Well, of course, that remains to be seen. I don't know if he's as good at preparation, but I hope to God that he is definitely better when it comes to in-game adjustment, because that's where Robert Saleh was an absolute fail in my book. And that's what really frustrated me with him more than anything. But he prepared wonderfully. And when teams adjusted, he wasn't able to adjust to them in most cases. I'm my thing is with DeMeco is that he already is part of the culture. He understands the culture and he is already made and fit to just and right in. It's almost like he was groomed for the job. So
And he was.
uh,
I believe so.
yeah.
I
It's
think
almost
from day
like that
one.
was their plan from the start. Like they didn't even plan to interview. They didn't do anything. If Saleh leaves, it's yours. I think they've known that for some time now. So,
Yeah.
they seem confident in him. I like what I see. We'll get to see on game day because we really won't know until then.
Correct.
But yeah, but they must see something.
Yeah, that they definitely do. A lot of the players that used to play with him speak how he was a coach on the field and how
Mhm.
his IQ is high, and how he works great with people. So does he's like a mini Robert Saleh in a sense, and he's learned from him. But I think he brings his own flavor. No, let me not say I think. I know he brings his own flavor, and we're gonna see what we have in DeMeco Ryan now. It's going to take about a season or to kind of get an idea of what he does well and what he doesn't, and we can fairly assess that from there. But at this point, based on anyone that is available on the outside, I also think that DeMeco Ryan should be and will be promoted. And plus, that sends a great message to the rest of the coaches that if you do your job well and your the opportunity for promotions are there, not necessarily meaning you're going to get promoted, but if the possibility is there, like DeMeco Ryan's, I think that's a great message to send to the rest of the coaches. How many other coaches do you think will leave with Robert Saleh when it's all said and done?
Who knows?
He can have the strength and conditioning coach. That's for damn sure.
I don't think the strength and conditioning coach is an issue.
No, me
I think
neither.
they're
I
fine.
know. I
Yeah.
was just playing.
You
You,
know, um, our injuries are a thing of just dumb luck. I don't.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
think
seen. Eventually, I've never seen anything like it because it's never happened. They count injury games missed. Like each guy that misses a game, they count that as a missed game due to injury. Do you know that we broke the NFL record after game 13?
yep. And that's the kind of
Yeah,
record I do not want to ever break again.
yeah, it's like 13 games and you broke the record. And wow, that's just never happened. So, I don't foresee it
yeah,
being anywhere on that level next year. I'm sure that we will have some level of injury because everyone does. This is the NFL. But yeah, it just can't be that bad again.
yeah.
And just correct, Christian, we got 2 draft picks. One that we'll use this year, and another third round in 2022 for the minority coach of Robert Saleh being hired outside of San Francisco. So we get 2 third
Yes.
rounds, one this year, one next year.
And if Martin Mayhew ends up going to the Washington football team, make it another one in 2023.
Yeah, that'll be 3 consecutive third
And
rounds.
and just in case anyone was wondering how that falls, all of the draft picks that those third rounders, they come after the third round compensatory picks.
Yes.
So any team that gets a third round compensatory pick will be, all of these picks come right behind those. And
But
it
it's still
pretty
better
much
than
falls the
it's still
same way.
better than a round pick, so I'll take it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's basically like an early 4.
Yep.
It's like you're at the top of the 4th round in front of the number 1 team, which is Jacksonville. But also, speaking of compensatory, it looks like Emmanuel Sanders will rate us a round 5.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So that
Yeah,
gives
all
us
of
what,
the
11 picks this year?
yeah,
'Cause we had
I think it's
10
11.
prior to his. Did you mention his? So that it should be
Yeah.
11. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Because that's good. Especially with
We're
all the
gonna
free
need 'em.
agents leaving. That's a good number to
Yeah,
have.
with this salary cap going down, we're gonna lose some players. There's gonna be some turnover on the defense side.
There's going to be major turnover. Saleh, with the salary cap that he's going to have over there, he's probably going to pluck some of those defensive guys. I don't know which ones he's going to be so interested in, but count on it. He's going to pluck some of those guys.
Jason Verrett.
Yeah, that's one that probably we just lost with that move. I don't see, unless Jason just has some level of loyalty to the fact that he was given the opportunity he was given here. And
But imagine if he was brought in because Robert Saleh kind of wanted him.
Yeah,
here.
well, I don't know the story behind it, but that's possible.
We'll find out by then. If he goes to another team, that's the whole thing. But if he stays with us, we'll see that loyalty. If he goes with Robert Saleh, I'll kind of figure where.
Yeah,
but the money will be more with Robert Saleh than it is with us. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So it might not even be Robert Saleh or the Niner. It must be the green. And
oh well,
especially a player like him that has been hurt so much that hasn't really established himself.
He hasn't really got that big payday, and the opportunities there. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter how good you feel about this team, you got to get your money. This is business.
Yep. Because the team will not hesitate to get rid of you if you're not good. So you got to get paid when the opportunity presents itself, regardless who pays you.
But that would definitely be what I would be in his ear about. It's like, when you didn't do squat for us, we kept you around.
Remember when San Diego gave up on you?
I know you could get this, but you know what? If you'll give us 1 year at this, because that might be his thought too. That, hey, if I can put another year on the back of this one, I could really get like an elite corner deal or something like that, But truth be told, if I'm him, I'm like, I haven't had a healthy year in 5 years, one out of the last 5 years. I better get while the getting's good.
Yeah. If he wasn't injury prone, if he was always healthy, the best thing for him was to take a 1-year deal and take his chances next year. But because he's prone injury, and what happens if he takes that 1-year deal and he gets hurt? There goes his payday. Yeah. He has to take that opportunity now that he had a great year. And I can't blame him. I don't want him to leave, but I understand why he would leave. Another player that may follow Saleh is Akulo Witherspoon.
Why?
Yeah,
overpay him. I'll be glad to take that comp pick.
They will. They will overpay him. Of course, they'll take Sherman with him. I don't know if Sherman will go there, but he might. Wasn't he the biggest advocate for Robert?
That was Saleh's boy. They were like,
Yeah, so
they were thick as thieves. But you also have what's the overhyped lineman with the sacks, Hyder, who can't get pressure, but he has Kevin some Hyder. Sack numbers. They can overpay him too.
They will. I heard that LaFleur wants to take Jeff Wilson Jr. with him.
Jeff Wilson Jr. is under contract.
Who is it that is on? Who is it that is not? Oh, I'm sorry. I think Jerry McKinnon is the one he wants to take, which...
Yeah, go right ahead.
That's right. I'm sorry. Wrong name. Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Coleman can go too. Definitely.
Yeah, he's not under contract either.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go with him, but he'll... No, he's not taking Trent Williams. They got a good left tackle and number 77 over there.
Oh, yeah, but he's not Trent Williams.
No, but they just drafted him with a high draft pick.
Yeah. I don't know. If I got $70 million, if Trent Williams is trying to get premium dollar,
hey, shut your mouth.
You got to consider it.
I know, but I don't want to.
If he's not really willing to take a hometown discount of something, it would make sense for Trent Williams to go there.
Yeah, and I know.
I would quickly throw that left tackle on the right side and say, hey, it's yours once he's done. Hey, that dude can play the right side, and they would have great bookend tackles. I mean, it would be a major upgrade to that offensive line right away.
No, he's staying.
Okay,
You know who their offensive, offensive
hopefully.
coordinator is going to be.
I'll tell you this though, if they don't sign him before the free agent offers start coming out, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I mean, it doesn't mean he won't come back.
The middle of March, and he doesn't have a contract. Yeah, look for him to probably be leaving.
Yeah, it doesn't. The odds there of staying are just got greater. It doesn't mean he'll leave, but I rather have him signed prior to that opening of free agency, just so we can sleep a little bit more comfortable with that decision. But we're gonna see. But one thing we know for sure, guys, that 21 is not going to be anywhere near as it was in 2020 when it comes to roster wise and the front office. There's going to be so many changes there, and we're going to lose a lot of players that we don't mind losing, and a few of them that we do. Another one that they might take with him, which I'm okay too, is Solomon Thomas. He can go. DJ Jones may be another one that may go with him as well. He's a free agent. So we'll have to wait and see who he takes. But it's going to be interesting.
Jaworski Tart seemed to be high on his list too.
Oh, bye.
I think Tart will be gone. I already expected him to be gone. Maybe even K1 Williams too.
It's another possibility.
Yeah, don't stress me out, Knight. I mean, Boston Hater.
And then we got Emmanuel Mosley and Verrett.
Mosley's likely to stay. Mosley is restricted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
don't see anybody throwing a ton of money at Mosley.
Not right now.
And I truly believe that we'll re-sign Jason Verrett too. I do.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Mosley's probably going to get slapped with that second round tender, and everybody's going to leave him alone.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Kind of like what we did with Kendrick Bourne. Nobody went near him.
We talk about, Mosley's productivity over the last couple of seasons. 3.3, whatever it is, $1 million. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the second round tender is like 3.3, 3.2. Yeah, it's not bad.
But they're thinking about taking Nick Mullins. We can't have that happen.
Bro, if he wants Nick Mullins, I'll wrap him up in a cargo box and send him.
with the ribbon. Oh my goodness.
That can have
and we can have CJ Beathard deliver him and stay there. Once he delivers them,
I would definitely give them a draft pick to take CJ Beathard with them. They can have a 7.
I mean, we signed Josh Johnson, so we're good now.
Yeah, we got
Josh Rosen.
Oh, Josh Rosen. We got 2 Joshes now. Josh Rosen and Josh Johnson.
I don't really care for either one of them.
Well,
Juszczyk is not under contract.
No, he might be one that can go with him too.
But he's not likely.
I hope not.
Juszczyk is negotiating as we speak.
Oh, that's
He's been negotiating. So I think they're going to find some common ground with Juszczyk. Yeah, he's going to make a lot less than he's made in the past because I don't care where he goes. He's going to make less than what he made. Juszczyk is still his contract that just expired. He is making nearly double what the next highest paid fullback in the league is making. It's almost double. And when he signed it, he was triple. So I don't really see Juszczyk making that $5.5 million tag that he was making. That's a lot for a fullback. So, if he comes back down to where he's in the top 3, fullbacks in the league or somewhere right around there, he's probably going to stay.
Damn it. Did you hit the record button on yours?
I did not.
Okay, me neither. But then what else is new? Um, going so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. Either way, I'm excited to see what takes place. Who we keep, who we resign. A lot of people have been asking about possible free agents coming in, and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna pull a Nate a little bit here. I don't really care about free agents coming in right now. I'm more concerned to see who we retain. Once we retain our players that we are comfortable with, they know our scheme. Then we can try to figure out the pieces coming from the outside, whether they come out or not. But you gotta fill it from within.
Other than the elephant in the room, of course.
Yes,
Which we already addressed.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's what's going to happen, and hopefully, Juice is like Boston Hater says, he's already. A lot of these players are already restructured. A lot of people ask me, when can free agents sign? I go, other teams. I believe it's March
17th.
17th.
The
but
tampering period
your own
starts on the
team-
15th.
for your own team,
With your own
any
team, you
day.
can sign whenever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, the tampering period starts on the 15th of March, and you can actually officially sign on the 17th.
Yeah, because I had people ask me, can the Niners sign their own people? I said they can sign them already. So
Trent Williams and Kyle Juszczyk really seem to be favorites to stay. That's a lot of the conversation coming out of they're having a lot of talks. Hopefully they can both work something out. I would love to have both of them back. I'd love to keep a couple of those DBs. And quite frankly, beyond that, I'm not really all that concerned about the rest of them guys.
Yeah, I'm saying with you. The two guys that I want back, and everybody else can fall into place, is Trent Williams and Jason Verrett. We get those two guys signed. I know you guys. I know Nate wants Juice as well. I'm okay whether he stays or goes, but I rather if I get to choose all three, I'll take all three. But if I can choose only two out of the three, it will be Williams and Verrett for me.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm just talking about who the favorites are to stay right
Got
now.
it. No, got it.
We're
And
really
that's a good
talking.
and that's good that they're afraid that they're shadowed like that, because I hope they stay. And Trent Williams, I mean, he's our starting left tackle. He likes playing here. This first year, he likes the culture in San Francisco. He likes what the system is being run by Shanahan. So why start fresh if he can just get paid what he's worth? And I think that he will. I don't see him being a greedy individual. But again, when your opportunity to get paid, you got this is the difference between a business and fan base. Fans are like, oh, we'll take a discount because he loves Shanahan or he loves.
Yeah, get out of here.
That's just being a fan. But realistically, being part of a business, listen, the way I can put it is this: if you were a player in Trent Williams' position, if you're being honest with yourself, and you love Kyle Shanahan because he had a great personality with him, and you love John Lynch, that's great. But if another team came in and was able to pay you more than the Niners, if you're being honest with yourself, as much as you like Shanahan, and you continue to like him, but you're going to like him from another team. And that's just a smart way to do it. If you say no, you state your loyalty, then you're fooling yourself.
We can still talk. We still cool. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not going to, as a player,
Yep.
there's no way that I'm going to get significantly less than what I'm worth just to play for a certain coach. No, I mean, it's going to have to be close to where I'm thinking, okay, well, that makes sense. But, maybe I'm missing a, 5 or 6 million or something on the whole deal. And it's a 4 or 5 year deal. I might be able to look at that, especially if I'm someone like Trent Williams that's going to make 20 million a year, Okay, so if the 22 or 23 that I would make becomes 20, yeah, I might entertain that. But don't tell me that you can pay me 15 when these guys over here can pay me 22 a year. That's not happening.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Buckner liked Shanahan and John Lynch a lot. And where is he now?
But he wasn't taking that 17, 18 million a year.
Nope, he didn't like that part.
No, he didn't like him that much. He took that 21 and kept it pushing. Yeah. But I don't blame him. I have no problem with what he wanted. And I think that it ended up being the best thing for both teams.
Absolutely. What I find interesting, guys, is that fans are like, there's no sense of loyalty with these players. I'm like, listen, I'm not even going to put you in the category of being a football player. If you work for a company, okay, and another company offers you more money to do the same thing you're doing at the company that you are now, and you're going to be able to take care of your family better, are you really going to stay there and say, well, I'm making $14 an hour here. They offer me $28 over here, but because I'm loyal, I'm not going to do it. Come on.
Get out of here. Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep it real.
And it's the exact same thing. And I know when people say, oh, Jimmy needs to restructure and take less money. Yeah, right.
Why would he do that? Yeah. Hey, if you're making $15 an hour and they offer you to restructure it down to 11, you're going to be like, okay, I'll be here on Monday, early Monday morning at $11 an hour.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Since you were out on workman's comp for a year, let's go ahead and let's drop that $26 million a year down to 17.
18. Yeah, 17, 18. Yeah. You're going to be like,
I tell you what, I got a better idea. You go ahead and cut me and I'll go make more than that somewhere else.
You got to keep it in perspective, guys. Don't look at this as a fan and kind of look at it. You got to look at it as what a business is. A player that gets hurt, even if you're a good player, if the team will get rid of you if they have to. The player, yeah.
Peyton Manning got cut.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect
Richard
example.
Sherman got cut. I mean, these are players that there was no way in the world you didn't want them on your team.
Very good example with Richard Sherman. Everything he did for the Seahawks, how good the Seahawks were, and they moved on because of his injury, and they didn't even give an opportunity. He played another 2 good years with us.
Mm-hmm.
He could have, but they gave up on him. Why? Because he was dispensable.
Same thing. Peyton Manning got injured, got cut.
Yep.
They drafted. They had a terrible season when he was hurt, and then they turned around and cut him the next year.
What was the loyalty there?
None. And I mean, he made that team. He brought the only championship since the Super Bowl era that they've ever had.
Yep.
And was still a damn good player at last check. And then he went over there to Denver and, had 3 excellent years before he got hurt. And it's easy to say in those 3 years, he easily outplayed the guy that replaced him.
Oh, easily.
And I'm not saying anything bad about Luck, but he outplayed him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, unfortunately for Luck, he got injured and he was not able to proceed with his career. Who knows what he would have been? But just based on what Peyton Manning did for that franchise, winning their only Super Bowl, and then he gets hurt and he gets cut. So that's a perfect example there, Boston Hater. While as a player, you have loyalties so far with a team, but you're always going to look for number one. And at this point, if you're not looking out for yourself and your family, then you got no business in football or any type of work.
Wow. Here's a bad example from Tom. Boston Hater, would you go to work for the Pats for an extra 10%? There's no way in hell. No way. It'll never happen. It could be an extra 70%. I wouldn't do it.
I think he'll go to work in Boston. But I'm thinking
no.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You will exterminate.
Whoa, that's a different story.
And that's what I'm saying. You're
talking my language.
And you'll go to work, right?
Yeah, see?
But you didn't give me that chance.
He's saying work for the Pats. Now,
and exterminate the whole damn
team. I'm part of the Patriots organization.
Yeah, it means get rid of the quarterback, get rid of the receiver.
The organization. There's no way in hell.
Do what O'Brien did. Get rid of everybody and then quit.
Well, mm,
Right?
if I could get away with it, I'd be there for about 30 days. I could clear the place. Yeah, I might do that. I have to do it remotely, though. I don't even want to be there.
Well, hey, blame it on
Sorry.
COVID-19. Do it on Zoom.
Yeah.
You're all fired.
Mhm.
You're all fired.
Yeah.
No off season.
The first thing I'm going to do is call the Niners and say, who on this team do you want?
Hey,
I can make it happen.
Let's throw something crazy out there, man.
I was like, do you want the former defensive player of the year over
Really?
here? Yeah, the corner. I was like, you can have him for a 7. Yeah, that'd be something I do.
If the Jets decide to keep Sam Darnold and they're willing to trade that number 2 pick, and Saleh being in the position he's now because of what Kyle Shanahan, well, everything had to do with him as well. You think they'll work out a trade? The Niners move to number 12 to take a quarterback. I mean, move from 12 to 2.
That's a lot.
It
That's
is. I'm
steep.
again, it's the off season speculation, just conversational purposes.
And the question would be, if you're going to move from 12 to 2, who are you so interested in at 2?
I would
Who is it that you're
hope
doing
Zach
it for?
Wilson over Fields for me.
You would think Zach Wilson would be worth moving up from 12 to 2.
No, that's kind of high still. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just who else can
You
we
still
trade
might.
with?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a known commodity like a Deshaun Watson and throwing a bunch of number 1s for a few years at him, that's one thing. When you're talking about a dude that I don't know if he can play NFL football at all, even though I have high hopes for him, that's exactly what they are. They're hopes.
Yeah. Wow. You came in strong there. You just came in loud, which is kind of cool. But so if the dum-dums over there in Florida decides to take Justin Fields from Ohio State because now they have Meyer over there or whatever his name is, would you jump to 2 to take Trevor Lawrence?
That's a tempting move. I don't think he's that dumb though.
But the Jets won't trade. They'll take his ass quick.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I was number 1 and I wanted him, I would try to shop the number 1 and get something for it.
I'm sorry. Night Golden says, cut Eric and give yourself a race, Niner Beto and Boston Hater.
Wow.
Wow.
Beto. Where's the love for Eric? Ouch.
I don't know him.
Wow.
Eric, you gotta smile more, bro. Oh, Eric.
Yeah. And
Justin Fields
Knight, you're way ahead of me on that. Where do I see them in September of 2021?
Holy shit.
I couldn't begin to imagine where they're going to be. Very different than what you see today. That's all I can say. I really don't know.
Yeah, that's I mean, we can speculate somewhat, but that's kind of, yeah.
It's hard to speculate. You got 40 free agents.
Yeah.
How many of them come back? It's going to be different.
And a lot of people have said, who do you think we're going to draft? And I'm like, I'm not really focusing too much on the draft because the free agency and who we retain, who we lose will determine a lot which way we go in the draft. So we can sit there and go, we'll take this person with the number 1 pick. And if we retain Jason Verrett, maybe we go different. It's just so hard to say right now which direction we go in the draft because free agency comes prior to it. This is why I would love the draft to come first and then free agency after, but that's just me.
I've always felt that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's draft first and then, fill the pieces in free agency because the draft is always a crapshoot.
Yep.
When you're doing free agency, you pretty much know what you're getting in free agency. The guys usually have some history, so you usually know what you're getting. I don't know. So, yeah, we have to sit back and just wait and see what's going to happen with free agency. And then once we kind of get a beat on free agency, when we get around the early part of April, we can really seriously start talking draft once a lot of the free agent, pieces have fallen.
Yeah, most definitely. Now we'll have a kind of a better idea which direction we may go. Not to say that they will go in that direction, but at least you have an idea, ballpark, which direction they're heading based on who they retain, who they bring in free agency. You're right, to assess who we're drafting right now, it's kind of premature, and we'll get there. I mean, we're definitely doing a lot of these lives throughout the off season, so the opportunity to talk about the draft will come. Be patient, hang out with us. Right now, we're talking about the coach changes and whoever gets hired as a defensive coordinator, whether it is DeMeco Ryan or someone from the outside. We will bring you that here on the show. Who stays, who goes. We'll give you all that breaking contact here. But the draft, we have plenty of time to get there and discuss the draft. And we'll get into it into detail. But right now, let's just stay focused on the coaches carousel. Who stays, who goes, which player stays, who goes, and then we'll go from there. We are closing up to our hour mark. We got about 3 minutes left. Is there anything you guys want to charm in prior to calling in the show?
Well, real quick, last question that I see here is, when is the NFL draft? Starts on April 29th, 3 days or 4 days, huh? It's 4 days now, right?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And first, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it should be 3 days. Now it's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And are we going to have? It's hard to say. Are we going to have a draft like we did last year or the year before?
It's definitely shaping up to be that way.
Another Zoom draft?
Yeah, it's looking that way.
I wonder how the combines are going to work with Zoom combine.
Combine.
Wow.
It'll be in a limited capacity. They're not gonna take anything away from that. That's
You don't
really
think
the
so?
only time that they get no. They got time to get over COVID.
You're butt naked and there. The only thing you
Underwear
have is
Olympics.
your underwears and your mask.
Yeah.
The combine. That's what I mean. That's all. I mean, they strip you down to your underwears in the combine, man.
I was really confused about what the hell you were saying. I'm sorry. I was like, no.
You must not watch the
naked
combine.
I do watch the combine, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch much of it last year.
Oh yeah,
I never watched the combine.
They strip you down, bro. No, I wasn't getting funny.
Hmm.
What's up, Chemo? Welcome to the show. Good night. Just kidding. We are about to end the night, guys. Again, a great night of conversation. One thing we know for sure, that Robert Saleh is now the new head coach of the New York Jets. Along with him, he's taken LaFleur as his offensive coordinator. We wish him the best. I wish him the best. Whether you guys liked him or not, he's getting his opportunity to be head coach, and he is part of San Francisco, so why not wish him the best going forward, unless he plays us. But I know that the person that'll be rooting most for him will be the Boston hater. I already mailed him this pom-poms.
I won't miss him.
Not even a
See the
little?
nickname they gave him?
Not
already?
a little bit.
They called him Mr. Green.
Mr. Clean or
Mr.
Mr. Green?
Mr. Green. Like Mr.
Mr.
Clean?
Green.
Yeah, well, he was Mr. Clean while he was here.
Well, as long as he doesn't get Grant Green or Mono from his quarterback over there, he'll be fine. Because they're a tight
He ain't got a
club. They're a tight club over there. So make sure they keep it. But anyway, let me reel it back in before I jump off the cliff here. All right, guys. Once again, hit the smash button. The like button's right there. Some of you guys asked, how do you hit it? there's a little check mark. You click on it. That's how you smash it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live here on YouTube. We appreciate everybody that watched the show tonight for your participation in the comments. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the playoffs tomorrow and Sunday, and we will see you, God willing, on Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here. Good night, and we're out.